Your Man, episode 147. Took some breaks because we was going through life, you feel me? But life has brought us back together, you know what I mean? You got Kels in the building, Nisa in the building, Jay in the building. What's good?
Hello. You see our faces. Now we lit. We in there.
Yes, sir. Matter of fact, we gonna do and then we go, and then we go, hey. That's what I'm talking about, man. What's good, John?
I'm doing good. I wish I could physically see you guys. This is reach out, right? Touch me.
Reach out.
So like this.
But you know,
we back in the pandemic and shit.
Exactly. I'm happy to sit down with you guys, though. You know, I've been going through all the bullshit I've been going through, but it is what it is. We live in life. We're alive. We're healthy. We're happy, and we're home.
Exactly, man. We all been just going through our little trials and tribulations, but ain't nothing like getting together again and spreading the good word and enjoying each other's company.
Your wall reminds me of, the ass pants, the girls' ass pants.
Yes.
It's your favorite place to be.
Yes.
An asshole. That's what it reminds me of.
Oh, no, this ain't even
a wall. It's the perfect wall for you to have. It's not a wall. What is that? It's curtains. It's behind you. It's behind you. It's behind you. So, you know.
I like that he reached out and grabbed the shit like, yo, by the way.
Because I was like, yo, imagine I touch that shit and this shit's stiff. I'd be confused.
Do you guys still see my shell of a shelf in my wall? I still haven't put anything. Man. Yeah, I still haven't put anything there, but I will eventually.
What
I'm just
color
lazy.
Should we paint that wall? Because I know y'all.
Why are you such a hater? My carpet has blue in it. Kelly.
Yes.
Stick up for me. You know my carpet goes with the wall. You know my carpet goes with the wall. It's the aesthetic of it. I like to match.
The aesthetic, man. Listen,
okay, when I put some shit on the wall, then it'll be different. Okay.
There you go.
Valid.
I'm like, damn, can I? Now I want to change the wall. Do you know how long it took me to fucking paint this wall?
Hey, you got a whole team. I like to paint too, so you feel me?
I told everybody
Don't put me in there. I ain't trying to paint.
Right. I was like, Kelly ain't coming out here and no motherfucking paint with me. First of all,
like, yo, I can't wait to paint that wall. I was like, I see that.
I posted that the wall wasn't done 2 days before I actually finished it, and nobody volunteered, and you all seen it. So
I ain't checked nobody's story. No.
We're over here capping once again, as always. So it is what it is.
Upside down, you feel me?
See. But listen, man, yeah, we all going through our own thing, so it's good to like get back. I could tell my energy was off by not having this daily meeting that we have every week. You feel me? So we back. You know what I mean? Things change. That's why we're doing more of this video type situation because everybody got their own thing going on, but we're gonna continue to do what the fuck we need to do, man. And I'm not gonna hold you.
Happen.
Like I kind of want to start with basketball, but I do want to. We're gonna table that for later. I do want to talk about this music because we were talking about Tyler earlier. Jay, did you hear it?
Bro, did I hear it? Yes.
Oh, I was like, did you? Shit, don't confuse me.
Yes, nah, he changed his whole diaspora, my nigga. He had the boom bap. He was rapping, nigga. This shit was crazy. It was crazy.
We have the same nails right now. I did. I wrote back when we talked about it in the chat. I actually posted it on my page. I liked it. What's your name or what's her name? That's my favorite. That's top.
What's your name?
And you know who's in it, Kelly? Who's in it? Who's featured in it?
Your man's?
Yeah.
He body bagged that shit.
He did.
He body bagged that shit.
Yeah. I couldn't wait to tell you too that was my favorite song on there just because you had that running joke that I played. I did play a lot of NBA when we were in my car, but
yo, when we went to Nisa's crib, she had mad low top black Air Forces. I was like, oh yeah, you listen to NBA. You listen to NBA.
She was an angry person. No wonder, bro. You an angry person. You got fucking black Air Force Ones chilling.
I don't have no black. I've never worn a pair. Whoa, I lied. Okay, I've worn a pair of black fake news, but I've worn a pair of black Air Forces probably when I was in middle school, and that was the last time. So,
but you wore it. So anyway, yeah, Tyler the Creator, right?
Yeah, man. No,
yo, I got it early. That shit dropped in like another country early. Technically not early. They're in a different time zone, so it's early to us. So it leaked. You feel me? So I listened to it in the afternoon yesterday, and I went front to back, and I'm like, nah, my son really made a whole Gangsta Grills. You feel me? A whole Gangsta Grills album that he just rapping his ass off. Smooth. I love that shit, man. I'm not gonna hold you.
He also had you know that one prominent person on Instagram. His name is literally Jay. I think he went by like, I don't know, at one point Jay Versace or something. Yeah,
bro,
he produced one of the beats too, man. That boy's getting up though. He's like really linked in with some real heavy hitters in the game. So I don't know if that's the avenue he's going with, but when he posted that he did a collaboration with Tyler and did the beats for him, and like I don't know if he did select one or he did all of them. I just had to clap. I had to clap. That shit was fire. I ain't even gonna hold you as much as it's like the negative connotation with the word massa. That song was fire.
Yo, he did one of the joints. He also did a couple joints for Westside Gunn too. That's when he first started off to do it. I think Pray for Paris. He had a couple joints on there, but Tyler produced everything minus that. I think Jay Versace co-produced that one song, like you said, Massa, and then Pharrell produced another one on there. I forget what's the name, but Pharrell had a dope verse on there too. Pharrell was rapping.
He had a lot of good
off.
features.
42 Gun was on there.
Shit. Lil Wayne on the shit. That's
so
crazy.
That there was going to be that many. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. I mean, literally, like Lil Wayne has been getting a lot of features, and all of the things he's been on, it's slapped. Like the one with Polo G and him, Gang, that shit crazy.
Gang, hard.
That shit hard.
Honestly, bro. Wayne just bringing his natural Wayne back, and I love it. I'm here for it. I didn't expect all the fire features because it doesn't have them listed. When you download it, it just says Tyler the Creator. You don't even know until you actually listen to the song, and I thought that was a good surprise aspect because I didn't know who was going to be on it or that I was going to hear because there was nothing.
There's a lot of artists that are doing that. I don't know if that's an option now when you drop something to actually show the feature or be like, oh, like this is something really exclusive. You play, you get to hear. I've seen a couple artists doing that shit.
Maybe, I mean, I don't know if it's also just like an album tactic not to, I don't know. I really don't know why they would do that. But if somebody pays you to be on, if someone pays you to be on their song, which I don't know if Tyler was paying all of these people, but I'm sure, somebody had to get paid. Somebody's making money somewhere in the back end. Would you want to show a feature for somebody, or do you care?
It really depends on
like the name, right?
What's up, bro?
He said, "Yo, you eat ass?" Yeah, bro. Hold on. Yeah.
You see these curtains? I eat ass all day.
But to answer your question, the actual track list, he dropped it like the week before. So he had an actual track list, but when you're on streaming, it doesn't say anything like you said. So I think that's one of the things where they usually double back probably the next week after and put the credits in. You feel me?
Oh, okay.
But to tell you the truth, hell yeah, man, I got to give credit to everybody. He like that Brent Faiyaz joint. I was like, oh, he got Brent on here. Same thing as you said, bro. Like when I was listening, I was just listening to it straight. I didn't see like what the track list was, nothing. So I'm hearing his voice. I'm like,
you gotta guess and shit. Like, oh, okay, you recognize that shit.
Cause that's the best way. You feel me? You think about when you listen to projects, it's the best thing that you listen. You're like, yo, who's that? Oh, that's 42. But that's Young Boy. You know what I mean?
But it's so
and it's not. It wasn't his normal flow for Young Boy. Like it ended up somewhat being, but it's not a beat you would really hear him on. So I was like, all right.
I mean, look who it is who he's with. Tyler the Creator is like an oddball rapper.
Exactly. So it's like not seeing the name, you're like, what the fuck? But it was a good ass song. So I was like, okay, that's a smart little like tactic.
Yeah, hold on.
And also, I got you, bro. I was just a big fan of the last joint, Igor. You feel me? He did more.
Bruh, Igor was fire. Like,
yeah.
I seen a lot of people though on Twitter saying, because every time an album drops and I fuck with it, I always go to see like what other people are thinking, because everybody else, as we've discussed before, doesn't have the same ear. They don't like the same shit. It's crazy. Sometimes we all don't even agree on things, but that's the beauty of it. So I've seen so many people that said either great things about this album, of course, or negative things. And a lot of people said it was a flop. So I was just trying to.
Nisa, I lost you. Look at her face right now.
Yeah, I try to keep it together. You feel me?
Damn, her shit really froze, bro. It's crazy. That shit really froze. Look at face. Nisa, if you can hear us, you frozen, girl. Yo, Jay.
I don't mean to have a party with this shit, but as soon as
Oh no,
like,
she back.
So a lot of I seen and I'm just gonna jump into it. We could clip it. I seen a lot of negative connotations here and there, and I was just really confused because I didn't see a flop in it. I didn't understand why people weren't really being that specific. They just said they did not fuck with the beats.
Well, you mean Igor or this one?
No, this one. So I didn't really hear that much negative, or people were fucking with it. But this one, people were like, they didn't like the beats. It wasn't the Tyler. They don't understand why he did it. And then a couple of other people compared it to J. Cole. And they said that this album was better than J. Cole's drop.
Yeah, I seen that too.
But I was just like, I don't think where you don't you can't compare where you don't, or whatever. You can't compete where you don't compare. And I don't think these albums are, it's apples and oranges. So I didn't really understand that. But I also didn't understand why they said it flopped. So I was just trying to figure out, have you guys heard anything like that?
I haven't actually got any real big feedback when it came to how they perceived his drop. Honestly, even hearing somebody trying to say Tyler the Creator and J. Cole, nah. Those are those people who are really reaching. And for me, I was just like, I really kept the comparison standards away when I heard this. In a sense, if I was gonna do that, I was like, yo, this man really changed from like from Igor, he was singing more so. He was actually showing some vocals and shit. Like, oh shit, this is Tyler. And then all of a sudden now he's like, let me get in a bag that's way different, that people know I have skill. And let me show y'all that I can really get gritty too. I can have like that Funkmaster Flex in the background kind of connotation, like, oh shit, dropping bombs and like, yo, you hear this shit type, like that whole boom bap feel. So in a sense, to me, I don't think there's really a comparison. It's really a Tyler the Creator versus Tyler the Creator. And one of his things that he said is that like, yo, I was the caterpillar and now I'm in a cocoon. Like this nigga now in a cocoon. This nigga's not the butterfly yet. You feel me?
Yeah, like, yeah.
So in a sense, it's a comparison from him versus himself. There's no J. Cole. There's no Kendrick. There's no like, you know what I'm saying? All of that shit to me is just like a far reach. So in a sense, I ain't hear nothing like that. I just hear that's the kind of conversations I've had so far with the individuals who's listened to it.
Well,
yeah, facts.
The way that Tyler's rap has never been normal, ever. Like, even starting with Odd Future, he's never had a normal flow and he's never stuck to the same thing except for surprise people. Mm-hmm. Make them feel, I don't want to say awkward, but in a sense, that type of like awkward, like, okay, I don't know what to expect from him. I'm fucking with this, but I don't really know why. Like, I really feel like that's the type of feel that he gives all the time. So I think that's why he's jumping from different types of vibes in all of his different projects that he's dropping, and you never know what really to expect.
Yeah, when he first dropped, I feel like people like try to put him in a box. You can't put somebody like Tyler in a box, and I feel like all these years he showed you that, like, drop after drop, each one, the production value gets better, the overall packaging of the album gets better. And you could tell, and he said it himself, just hearing like Westside Gunn and all these motherfuckers out here really rapping now. He was like, yo, I was inspired to rap. He always wanted to do a Gangsta Grills. We all understand how important Gangsta Grills is to the culture. So just the fact that, you know, he grabbed drama for those drops. He had them all throughout the whole album. It brought me back to like when Kendrick brought Kid Capri on Damn. You know, I mean, you heard Kid Capri throughout that whole shit too. And you know, not only him producing damn near the whole shit, like you said, a lot of boom bap on there, but also you have like the earthquake type joints on there as well, the more melodic that he's singing. Towards the end, I forget what it's called, like the second to last track, he's literally rapping for 8 minutes about, you know, it's fucked up from his perspective, but he wanted his man's girl. You feel me? That's a perspective we never heard from him before. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy as fuck. Yeah, that was the one before Safari.
Yeah. And he talking his shit throughout the whole album. Yeah, Wilshire. He talking his shit throughout the whole album. You know, he letting people know. He told people, he's like, yo, when you listen to this, just think about all your favorite shit. Like, because when I made this album, that's exactly the zone I was in. You feel me? That's what inspired me to really get on my shit. So listen to that shit front to back. I love it, man. I don't like to compare J. Cole to this one. I seen that. I hate when people do that. You can enjoy both.
It's just corny.
With it being for what it is. But in my opinion, I enjoy this one more than J. Cole. That's just me specifically because just the vibe. I'm very much invested in Tyler. I just love that he's always bouncing around doing what he got to do, but it's always quality. You feel me? But that's an opinion I feel like more people should have, as opposed to being like, oh, this one greater than the other. Like, nah,
because
like,
that starts knocking the other one down.
Exactly.
And I think that also people are easily influenced. So once you start talking about what's cool music and what's whatever, they want to jump on that. So I think that sucks if it turns into a trend for people to compare, you know, J. Cole with him and then push J. Cole's album out. Because it was a great album, in my opinion, still by J. Cole. Yeah. I waited for it. I thought it was good. But I will agree with you, Kelly. I think I'm going to listen to this album more, but it's only because it fits. If I want to go out, I can find a song that I really want to go out and listen to. It's just like there's different levels to what you're going to listen to at certain times. I'm just probably not going to circle back a lot to on J. Cole's and, you know, unless I'm in that headspace to want to do it.
Right.
So I'm gonna circle back if I go on a long ride. You see how I said ride and not drive, but a long ride. I'm about to get on a plane. He's definitely gonna be in that playlist too. So I'm not gonna knock it and say I won't listen back again. But I will say Tyler's gonna be more relevant, right? Especially because it just dropped. But it'll probably play at a party. It'll probably play, you know, drinking somewhere, whatever it is, a pregame. Like they just not gonna cut J. Cole on. So it's really what your ear is ready for. So everybody, you are listening to music, take it individually, assess the music yourself, and don't talk shit unless you really feel that way.
Facts.
Like
that is true.
Big facts.
And I was gonna piggyback on one thing about people with the comparison thing. It's just the lack of better judgment and knowledge based off of music as a whole in the diaspora of the person. So when somebody doesn't have that content, the best way to engage that conversation or say anything is to compare. And that's just like a very low, how do I say it?
Like the low hanging fruit type shit.
Easy.
Yeah, exactly.
Easy pickings, baby.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like they just want to be a part of the conversation, so they jump in it. And it's honestly though, throw out those controversial opinions. Sometimes don't even believe it themselves. They just want to start an argument. They just want to start a conversation and get that clickbait to, okay, fuck it, let's get into it. Because most of the time when you ask somebody, okay, well, legitimately justify that. And they'll be like, oh, well, I just felt like it.
Yeah. I mean, that's cool, I guess. You feel me?
I mean,
but,
that's
you
them.
know,
I'm not. Like, you know?
Exactly. Exactly. Where, you know, I'd much rather, you know, sit down and really discuss shit like that. And the thing is, right now with summer coming, there's a lot more people dropping. We got a lot more, you know, on the horizon. Drake said that he dropping, quote unquote, this bullshit. Where am I? Wrong one. Yeah, I'm on one of these. Yeah,
you had
this bullshit. He dropping that bullshit before the summer ends.
We think maybe.
Yeah, but he said it, man. He said early.
He says a lot of things.
January 1st, he said it was supposed to drop. Didn't drop. So
now July.
That's why I say it like that. I'm like, yo, he gonna drop the bullshit. But we all know once it drop, we gonna be on it, right? Snow Allegra dropped a new single. She got a new album coming now. Fucking Tyler just dropped. Ski Mask just dropped. Kendrick supposedly about to drop too. He's been filming some videos. I got a picture of him out there doing what he do. Meg dropped.
I wanted to hear the Doja Cat and Weeknd shit, but I couldn't.
Doja Cat.
I can't support. You know, I'm not a Doja Cat enthusiast. I don't, you know, to each his own. But you know, my boys.
You're not a Doja dog? Shit. It's over.
Nah, man. I don't got them kind of rabies, man.
She was in the chat room showing feet. Nigga Jay said, "Nah, I ain't with that shit. I ain't with that." I heard snippets. We've been playing it on the radio since yesterday, like a world premiere type shit. It's smooth. It's smooth. I was surprised to see both of them together. To tell you the truth, I didn't see that happening. It's interesting to me, but
I think The Weeknd just likes to create monumental moments or just good music. So I would assume he made the decision just based off of, you know, the vibe and the standing that she's got too. So I don't know, or maybe
Yeah.
he's just like, fuck it, it's Doja Cat, nigga. I'm finna make.
I
This
think
music
that was
video.
more so what it is. Fuck it is Doja, because it doesn't really. I guess kind of like what that last song that she dropped that was like super popular. And
Damn, I
people were
forgot
doing
it.
that red silhouette challenge. You see how I
Yeah.
tried to like.
Oh, okay, I get you.
I was
That
playing the
shit-
instrumental in my head when
Yeah,
you did
yeah,
it.
yeah. I don't even know what is it called.
I forget.
Wow,
Fuck.
it ain't that famous.
No, it is.
No,
It's,
it's
I mean,
big,
it was all
bro.
over.
No,
Yeah,
no,
it's
yeah.
huge. It was all over
I'm poking
TikTok.
joke at it 'cause
It's
we don't
called
know
something
it.
about like internet or I don't know. But yeah, I think that would have probably been something similar up weekends like Alley because it's sensual and sexual type of song.
Mhm.
Because the whole
Mhm.
song was like very much somewhat similar to "Damn Papa, you a granny and a winnie and
Right.
I'm scary."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think that might have been like why he was interested, I guess, to justify that. But then at the same time, it's fucking Doja Cat. She done made it to hell and back with her career already and is on top. She looked good
Facts.
as fuck. And she's entertaining. So and she has a nice voice. So
Do you think most of these people who are gonna drop anything are trying to cater to TikTok because that's the biggest viewership
Yes.
that's anything
Yes.
trying to get? So you think?
I think
and do
anything
you
that
think
makes
he
money.
would've- You think he would have tried that? Like Doja Cat might make another TikTok banger. So let me. You know what I'm saying? Do you ever think that's possible? I don't think my boy would do that. But I'm
I don't
with all
think I don't
these,
find him
like-
as that type of artist to be like, oh my god, strictly like TikTok. But I will say that I think artists do look at like what's trending, so what can make my song pop, and TikTok is that. So I don't think he wants to aim for maybe like a dance song, but he probably was aiming for something that people would make videos to in
Shit,
some
I
type of
mean-
way. So
I mean, what's that one boy from Orlando? Or not even Orlando? What's
Block
his name?
9.
Nah,
I'm
not
just
them
throwing
boys.
it out there. I said
Um,
he's
let's
from. He's.
fuck, man.
I took it left field. That's all I know. I know he's from here. Who?
Yeah, no, forget it. It escaped
Are you talking
my-
about
it's-
this?
The fucking no, the
Oh,
Beatbox.
love the way.
Spot 'em, got
What's
him.
his name? Spot 'em, got him. Yeah, yeah.
yes.
He definitely went for TikTok, like that type of vibe. Like,
or did they
I think
make
he
his
was
shit
going
TikTok?
for. I mean, yes, everything is
That
made
nigga
for that,
more-
but I'm
yeah.
saying, okay, but look, Ski Mask. When Ski Mask dropped, what is it? Catch Me Outside. That was definitely something to like make. I feel like that vibe. That song had that type. I mean, it's definitely more aggressive than Catch Me Outside, but it had that beat. Like he made a dance to it. So I mean, aim for that. You have to aim for people want to do your dance. That's like Kodak. Kodak aimed for everybody to do his dance realistically, even if he says he didn't. Let's not. If you make up a dance to anything, you want it to get catchy. Look at
But
Drake.
didn't NLE Chopper
Like-
drop like one banger and he was doing this weird ass dance? I don't see nobody doing that shit, but that song was hard.
It got to
What
catch
song?
with the culture, bro. It has
Yeah,
to catch
like,
with the culture. Like you
has to
saw,
make sense.
you mentioned
So it's
Drake
gotta
a
be
little
within
earlier.
the moment.
Remember,
Mm.
he Drake tried to do that Tootsie Slide shit, and nobody was doing that shit, bro. You can't force it. You feel me? It has to be something organic. It has to be something like Spot 'em, got him. The reason that like he dropped it, and then it got hot on TikTok, and then
Right.
his next single sounded just like Beatbox. It literally sounds the same, bro. He's trying to redo it. You know what I mean? Like
Because he
sometimes when
liked
you
it.
catch-
Like,
Literally,
no,
the-
because he knows that's where most of the bread you gonna get, like going
Right.
on TikTok, like y'all saying. But the thing is, you can't remake when you got lightning in a bottle, bro. Like you just got to keep on going, and hopefully something that you do might hit. But when you try to force it, people
Mhm.
know, bro. It's just like that shit. No, we're not doing that, bro.
you feel the force, honestly. Like, you really do. It's like when I try to rap, it just, it just doesn't happen. Like, if you.
See, it froze her. You see how God
bars
works?
in there. But like, like
That's
it's just
tough.
not. It's not for me. I mean, I told people I'm gonna drop a hot 16. It's never happened because I've
Oh,
practiced
man.
and I'm like, I don't think rapping's for me. So it's like that.
Uh,
You can't
I'll
force.
write for you.
But you know what? I don't force is my karaoke skills. So
You always talk about these karaoke skills, by the
they
way.
are. We got to go to
We gonna
karaoke
test
so
them
y'all can
shit
see.
out.
I'm telling y'all, my karaoke skills are wild. So yeah, so I don't have to force.
Needs to come back. God damn it. Damn.
Oh no, I think it was a whole lot of caps, so they had to stop it. It was just like, no.
Big cap. Yo, God, she said about her. I'm gonna take it out real quick. She mentioned her rapping career. God said, no, we're gonna freeze you right there. She mentioned her karaoke career. God froze her again. See?
And it's definitely my Wi-Fi.
There you go. You back. No,
like,
that's
I don't
God
understand.
telling you
That's
stop
honestly,
capping, bro. That's God
I'm not
telling
capping.
you.
God knows, because He's seen me. I'm a good performer. I'm a good performer, and I'm a good entertainer.
There we go.
So that's what that is. I'm good at entertaining people, making people laugh. So I feel like me being good at karaoke all ties into that, because I don't
like
give a fuck. I mean, it's natural. I am, yeah. It's natural. I'm not forcing it. It's natural. If people fuck with it, they do. If they don't, it is what it is. I'm not getting sad because people aren't feeling it. So I think that's why it works out for me.
But I think that's
that's why
it's the least judgmental form of singing.
Karaoke.
It's like you know everyone who's going up.
Karaoke's tough to sing in front of strangers, and you know you can't sing. You never know what reaction you're gonna get. Sometimes people don't like to be laughed at. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, we all nobody's professional singers out there.
Yeah.
But some people are like that.
In the crowd that will come up to the bar and actually kill this shit and be like, "Damn, yo, you actually be singing." And then
what was dope was,
and they're like,
I don't know if they got them out here, but in New York, there's a couple karaoke spots that you can literally rent your own private room.
Yeah, they do actually. The spot that I'm talking about, you can do that, and I rented my own room, and
That's super hard. That's super
hard. It's $100.
Hard.
It's like $100 for an hour though, so we make it worth it.
that's about to say, you pull up with like a good amount of people. You know what I mean? 5 people, however many.
That's
plus
$20. Yeah.
Yeah. Have a good time for hours. Sing your asses off.
Worth it. Like for sure, because you could sing as many times as you want. Everybody can sing together. You're just in the room with your friends, so it's even better because you're comfortable. But a lot of places are like, I know there's one in Jackson you can do like private rooms too. So if there are people who aren't comfortable performing in a crowd, but the point of all of this is just that if you don't force things, if you let things naturally happen, it works out for you. Like how you said, he dropped the song and then it picked up and it worked out naturally for him. And that shit still rides now because it was so organic. But trying to recreate it and keep that same flow, that's why I think a lot of artists that stick to the same, is it cadence? That's how you would describe that? Sometimes when they stick to the same sound, let's not say cadence, let's say sound. When they stick to the same soundscape, the same type of beats, wanting to listen. Same thing with designers. If you stick to the same look, the same colors, the same everything, after a while, people gonna stop buying that shit because they. That's
why motherfuckers they still bombing on the baby, bro. Still bombing on him, bro.
I stopped listening to him a little while back, and I really fucking loved him, but I was like, I want to hear something new, but. Sometimes he gets deep, but then it's like,
yeah. I mean, you think about it, like the trajectory of everybody that's been out there. You would have thought, even though like he's mainstream now, you feel me? Like the baby, he don't got to prove nothing to nobody. The videos are still fire. He's an amazing performer, bro. That little nigga got a lot of energy, bro.
He's an entertainer.
On that stage going crazy. Facts. So either way, you're gonna be good. But I feel like
that's how he started. He was entertaining.
Right, he was wearing the diapers on stage.
I know. I was just gonna say that in the office and shit.
So, you fast forward all these years later, he is mainstream. He's doing his thing. But you look at somebody like Lil Baby, another baby, and that motherfucker, he rapping on everything. He got different beats, different flows, different cadences, different features. They all sound different. You feel me? Like you can make an argument. Maybe some of it does sound similar, but it's different, bro. Different subject matter. And I feel like he's
artist too.
He's fucking like rocketed out of here, and the baby is just still like, it's the baby.
I think he's comfortable where he's at. Like he's very, very comfortable in his lane, in his zone. Lil Baby knows that sometimes in order to grow as an artist and to have a lot of longevity, you do have to switch it up. You got to go do mixes with artists you wouldn't have thought they'd be on the same track together. You have to do shit like that because it's like once you kill it, they're gonna be like, damn, Baby had a hard verse. I'm gonna go check out his new music. When he drops, I'm gonna be waiting for him. That's a smart way, and I think that's why Wayne's doing a lot of features too. I don't know about him dropping, but I think he's trying to stay relevant by doing all these features with all these different artists that you didn't even know he was gonna do music with. Or maybe you did.
His case, I feel like that's a lot of, we've all grown up on Wayne. So when artists get in position, they want that Wayne feature, boy.
Yeah.
Especially right now, he on a roll. He wilding right now.
Yeah, he is. He's trying to reinvite that feeling that we had when we was listening to him. So that shit was actually really refreshing because I'm like, yo, this nigga is snapping. In a way, like I'll actually play the song again, you feel me? Not like one of those like, oh yeah, I heard Wayne snap and then you keep going. Like I listened to Gang Gang at least 4 times in a row. I was like, yo, this nigga definitely got that nostalgic vibe.
Did y'all listen to Culture 3 and Hall of Fame?
I listened to very seldomly listen to Culture
3. So I listened to Culture 3, a few different songs on it, but I didn't listen to it top to bottom. I'm not gonna lie.
No.
But the few songs that I did hear, I fuck with Migos. I downloaded it. I have the means to listen to it. I just haven't the time. So I was like, whatever title kind of stuck out to me, or if they had a feature, I was like, boom, I'm gonna listen to what I can.
I'm capping. I did listen to it. It's just not enough for me to like remember specific things because I know he had the Pop Smoke feature. He had Juice WRLD feature. Didn't he have Future feature as well?
Yeah.
Just a couple of them. So,
you want to know the song that I first listened to?
Go ahead.
Yes, I'll give y'all 3 shots. So let's make this fun.
And I'm not even gonna remember any of them.
Okay, so I'm gonna read all the titles off, and then you tell me. Avalanche, Having Our Way, Straightening, Type Shit, Malibu, Birthday, Modern Day, Vaccine, Picasso, Roadrunner, What You See, Jane, Antisocial, Why Not, Mahomes, Handle My Business, Time for Me, Light It Up.
Handle My Business.
Okay, I'll remember all that. But what'd you say?
I don't know. For some weird reason,
Handle My Business.
Handle My Business or Malibu.
Okay, where you at?
Mahomes.
Or what else?
You went football with him. You went football on him. I don't know, man. What did you listen to, man?
I listened to Birthday. My season's here.
Oh my
Birthday.
God.
That was the first song I listened. Let me see if I'm gonna have a birthday song on my trip. And then I heard the chorus and it said, "Quit capping, girl. You know it's not your birthday." I said, "Eh."
It is my birthday.
It is my motherfucking birthday. It's cancer season, baby. So yeah, that one got cut out the mix. But the next one that I really fucked with was Type Shit, and the reason why is because there was honestly no bullshit. TikTok and Reels bring me to actually listening to different songs, and the song dropped before the album because of course Cardi B and shit. So I was like, you know what? I heard her voice, and I wanted to hear like how they twisted off on it. So I listened to it, and I like that song. It's straight. It's definitely like something to listen to. Like, however, and then Straightening came out before, so I had already heard that. I only heard Modern Day, Roadrunner.
Modern Day is hard.
Yeah, Modern Day is hard.
hard.
I haven't even
Avalanche is hard.
And Handle My Business. I haven't heard any other thing. So, and I want to listen to this Juice WRLD track, but I haven't yet like touched that. And then Malibu is great too. I did listen to Malibu. Yeah. Polo G dropped too.
Yeah, no, that's the one I've been heavy on, bro.
His shit. He did good.
Oh my, yo,
Rap Star was good.
Yeah, that one's that's a pop song on his roster.
Yeah,
like that whole thing just went stupid. Of course, you had to have the big homie Dirk on that shit. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have big homie Dirk on that shit. But everything else, that whole album slid.
Did we listen to Gucci Mane?
Hell no.
You know he dropped.
Downloaded it because I was like, just out of respect. I always download Gucci just out of respect. I think I'm gonna probably take it off pretty soon because it's really not. I didn't need it, but it was okay. I don't think. I had this whole dilemma when the whole Gucci verses came out with Jeezy, and I really sat back and I was like, damn, I actually have listened to like Jeezy more consistently the time, but I fucked with Gucci heavy. And then I talked to my friend and she was like, honestly, I think it's just we got out of like that Gucci phase and Gucci kind of stood in it. But I still listen to some of his projects that he dropped when he got out of jail.
That's actually a good way to put it. Whoever said that was pretty on point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's it was like a phase, but you know, whatever.
You asked me what's the last Gucci
least.
song I listened to. I couldn't even tell you because I don't listen to Gucci.
Like Tommy Lee and Pamela.
Oh,
honestly, I forgot that one. That was a jam though, but it was just
right.
I mean,
Jay's like, yo, the last one I heard. The last
So
one I
does she.
listened to, Lemons on a Chain with the
Fika.
Fika.
Bro, you know
Niggas-
what?
niggas-
Ice Cream Paint.
Ah.
But when he remixed that joint, did he not?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Hey, Gucci remixed a lot of
That's
shit.
the last time I actually. That was the last time I listened to that nigga was on the
That was
road
when
during
he-
that time. I was like, that shit was a.
That was before
a Trap
jail,
Star Hood
prison.
nigga remix and shit. I'll fuck with it, but you tell me to listen to that nigga now, I would look at you in the car and be like, my nigga, so when's your next, like the next exit you get now?
It's honestly, he was in an era of music, same way that I feel like Boosie was in an era of music. I feel like same
that's
way
another
that
nigga, I don't
Travis
listen to none of
Porter
his shit.
was in a era of music. I've touched on this. I don't remember if it was our conversation that we had, but Travis Porter, remember we discussed
it
about
was,
that. Like it's all eras of music that people are in, and sometimes you personally aren't in it, but other people are still in it or they like that shit. So that's why artists stay relevant. But I think
that's
that
why
might
they
be where
still-
our outlook on it is.
Yeah, they still out here wearing Team Jordans and shit. Yeah.
Damn, don't do them like that. Like, damn. But okay, put it this way. We had this whole conversation about laughing at videos of NBA YoungBoy fans, but he just dropped with Tyler and his shit rocked. So, and I listen to him sometimes. So, you know, I don't know. It just depends. He's a mood. You got to be in that mood.
He's the mood to get you in jail if you need to get into that.
If you're ready to go to prison, put on that
Never-
NBA YoungBoy.
You ain't never getting out.
Trying to get five.
Yeah, Jay's on the roll today. Jay's on a little roll today.
Jay got his ass pants in the back, so you know, that's it.
That's crazy.
I love
Jay,
them.
do you know what we're talking about, by the way,
Those
Jay?
no fucking
girls'
idea. That's
asses
why I
look
can't.
amazing. So it's actually a compliment because it makes a girl's ass look like a little one look like.
She's talking about like if somebody wore this shit like a sundress kind of shit.
Bro, you have to see it. I swear to God,
Jay,
I've seen.
you know
pants
what
like
we're
this.
talking
Like,
about when
you
we
know
pull
what we're
it up.
talking about.
Hold
You
on,
just
hold on,
don't
hold
know
on.
what I'm saying.
Alright.
Pull that
Y'all
shit up
gotta
for him.
educate me.
I'm telling you, they're like the pants that every girl bought. It was like probably a year or two ago when it was a trend, but they have like it's super tight on your ass, but they're stretchy pants, and then they
Yeah.
flare out on the bottom.
Yeah, I know what you're
Yes,
talking
the
about.
ass pants. That's what they call them. I call them the ass
Oh.
pants. Most people do, but yes, the ass pants, the juicy booty pants. It's the equivalent of sundresses. Yes,
Yeah,
it is
no
the
worries.
equivalent of a
You shouldn't tell me
sundress,
that.
but it hugs the booty. I tried to explain it. You are an ass man. You know that. We talked
said,
about the
"I'm an
dingleberries
ass
you
man."
consume. So you're an ass man.
Like this. Let me see. Where's this shit? I
He
forgot.
fake froze. He said,
Yeah,
I
I'm
believe the
saying, like, am I really?
yo, slime. See, hold on.
Hold on.
Hold
He's
on,
pulling it up.
going.
He's getting the ass facts for you.
The ass facts.
The ass
word.
Ass facts. Get the
Ass facts.
Ass facts. Ooh.
These shit's very chill.
Oh yeah, get it. Get the mystery offer. Let me get a code.
How do I get out of this, man?
Just right there. I don't want the
I
I
mystery.
don't want
offer.
that. Bam.
Bam, the ass pants. And do they not?
Who is
Can we put that literally looks like your curtains, but with a little bit of green.
Hey, you
See
know
that?
TikTok where that nigga was
All right, so you look at that, and then we get out of here, and then you look in the background.
And it's there. I'm
Tell
telling
her
you.
where part like right about here, you know what I'm saying? Like the ass just
Yes.
like break.
Just put a
Lisa,
little
like, yo, cut me off some of
Alright,
them curtains, man.
so I
I'ma
can
take
so I can
those
put it
in.
over here.
Give them to Susie, you heard? She'll make some pants out of it, you heard? But we should let's transition from there. We already been here for 40 minutes. I do want to talk basketball real quick before we get out of here. I do want to get out here for a little bit, but Nisa has this thing in her mind that says that she called the Bucks being in the finals, which they are not.
Okay, listen
Yes.
here. Let me defend my case.
No, make it quick. I know what you're
I'm
gonna
gonna make
do.
it quick.
Don't
No,
go on
because
a
you know what I'm gonna
tangent.
do. I'm not gonna go on a
Plead
tangent.
your
I'm not.
case
I'm
to the
just
jury.
saying when
Okay.
playoffs started, we were having this conversation, and you were like, "Oh, well, maybe I said it. I don't know. I don't remember what it was, but remember the footage got clipped, so I don't really have my proof unless you still have this footage somewhere, and we could just clip my part." But I specifically said when you asked, you said, "Who you got?" And I said, "I don't know. I'm thinking, my favorite color is green, and I'm fucking with the Bucks." And you said, "What? You don't think Brooklyn? What? You think the Bucks gonna make it out of the East? And where's Brooklyn?" Now, I will say I did agree with you. I did say maybe that is possible. They do have heavy hitters. And I was like, okay, I might be tripping, but we'll see. And you know what? We motherfucking see. We see who's right. And
Yeah, but
they're not in the finals technically.
He'll be back. Continue.
Okay. They're not in the finals technically, but they are in some form of finals. They're in a fighting chance. Do I think they're gonna beat Atlanta as through all? No. But do I think it's gonna go to game 6 and 7? Yes, for sure.
Well, first of all, we all know if those injuries don't occur, that the Milwaukee Bucks are getting swept. Number one. Number two, I agree with you. The Hawks. They do what they do, man. Listen,
they're doing what they do, so it's scary.
What Trey's doing, it's hard to stop that, man. I'm telling you, it's hard to stop that young man. They know how to move the ball. They go up and down the court pretty quick. Giannis is doing what he can to keep up. He's still dropping 35 a game, 30-some a game, 30, 10 and change. Chris Middleton's on and off, man. So it'll be interesting to see what's going on. I honestly hope that I want to see a Suns Atlanta finals. I think that shit would be so fire. D-Book, Trae Young.
Honestly, the Suns better motherfucking. They better make it to the finals because they knocked us out first round, and it really still breaks my heart. I stopped watching. I've only caught a couple games here and there, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I was mad as fuck. I went on Twitter. I said, "You know what? I'm boycotting the NBA. This was some bullshit." But what's crazy though is that I've never seen this many injuries postseason.
Yeah.
Like this shit's crazy. There's been so many injuries in the playoffs. And I think that's I know that's what's been affecting where all the teams are at. Because I don't think anybody thought it was going to be where it is. But you know what? Shouts out to all the teams that are still fighting the good fight. But I'm pissed. Yeah, I'm pissed.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We were just talking about that. Me and Kelly talking about.
Love your shirt, by the way.
Of course, I love this nigga, so we got to. But we were just talking about like how LeBron had made a statement regarding the NBA and how they take care of the players and the injuries that are so prominent in the game just due to the lack of care, et cetera, et cetera. So to see that becoming such a prominent thing now, as you said, in postseason, it's kind of it just in a sense it kind of robs us of that real gritty game of our favorite players going at each other. You feel me? Like having a claw go up against Chris Paul, or let's just say if we had Kevin Durant before his injury when he got traded over, to have him battle LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But we just gotta have to wait for a healthy season for these players so we can have those moments and be able to actually support our favorite players, not just our favorite teams, but those players to have that kind of interaction. That's the moment I'm waiting for, because these injuries are mad ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie, this shit's
OD.
Yeah, that's what's literally, honestly, that's what's ruining the playoffs is all of these injuries. Question: when you say the health of the players, in what way do you think that could improve?
The health of the players,
I'm saying like how they're treating them, like are they forced? You're saying like how quickly they force them to get back and play, or how much pressure they put on them, because AD jumped back when he didn't need to, and that shit was a waste of time. He lasted 30 seconds. 30 seconds. That's the thing. And everybody called it that he should have never even played. Exactly. They should have told him you weren't cleared to play, but they cleared players to play. And I agree with you. I just know that a lot of people don't really see it like that. They're like, oh, well, players choose to get back on. No, a lot of players feel the need. If they're not actually contractually forced to do it, they're going to end up feeling the need to do it. So when they don't write it on paper or in their contracts that they have to play a certain amount or whatever, they low key, when you guilt trip somebody and you're like, oh, I didn't tell them they need to do that, but you did, but you didn't, but you did. And that's exactly what is going on with these players. And honestly, truthfully, as much as I don't want to admit this as a fan myself, fans do it too. Yeah, fans make players feel like they have to play on injuries and everything. And I will say I selfishly tweeted out and said it in my other podcast right when Lakers got bumped out. There used to be a time when players play on injuries and they still killed it and they were playing their ass off. And then later on they went home and they were like, whatever. So now I'm like, oh, well, motherfuckers are sissies. But now that I see all of these injuries rolling out throughout like the playoffs, I can't have that same, it changed my outlook on it. Because it's like, oh shit, it's happening to everybody. Everybody's going through this shit, which means that means that they're playing on injuries and not telling anybody or acting like it. And now it's coming to the point where they can't hide it anymore. And I think that's why so many injuries are surfacing now.
Well, I don't think people realize is most we'll wrap this up in a little bit too. But most professional athletes, you're playing at such a high level, you're going to be injured regardless, whether you're sore, whether you pulled something or whatever the case is. It just goes up to your pain tolerance and how much you're willing to go, right? That's why the whole load management shit a couple years ago, why are people doing load management? Well, this is why, because when you're deep in the playoffs like the Lakers were, you're out of the postseason. You just win the chip and you got to go back and play a full regular season in 2-3 months. You have literally no time to rest, get your shit together, and you got to redo it. And then guess what? If you back in the playoffs again, you back at the ground. So it's like just the fact that I understand they wanted to get basketball started ASAP with everything going on. I understand that. But at the end of the day, I do believe that is a big factor to why we're seeing, Kawhi still out. I'm pretty sure his injury is much worse in his knee than what they're saying. In my opinion, I think he probably tore one of them CLs, whether it's MCL, ACL, whatever the case is. But they just don't want to say it, of course, because they're still in the process of the Western Conference Finals. Everybody else going down, even Kyrie, you got James Harden, motherfucking KD being completely out of gas. His fucking big toe was on the line, which would have sent them into the fucking Eastern Conference Finals, but he didn't. He was gassed out, couldn't even make that last shot, airballs it. It's just fatigue, man. And everybody, I'm pretty sure at the end of this season, they're going to go back and be like, all right, what can we do? Let's see what's the best timeline to get these players in just to make sure that it's safer for them, going into the postseason.
It's so many games, too. Like, they play so many games. And you know how strenuous that is on all the muscles in your body to jump up and down? Half of the time you're running through, there's so much tension on your muscles just running because your feet are slapping the ground.
Yeah.
We don't see it because they're not literally, hopping everywhere, but they're hopping when they're shooting and they're running. So all that tension on your leg, that's literally just jumping all throughout your body, all the way to the top of your body too.
Yeah.
Bumping into each other, elbowing each other, being rough, playing catch shit. When I throw a football for too long, my arm fucking gives out. So imagine just throwing a ball back and forth. Like, I don't know.
But that's why, to put in perspective, I get tight.
Games to play.
I'm not one of those, like, I love KD. That's my fucking guy. I respect KD and all that. I feel like when I talk about him, people be like, oh, you be rotten. Nah, bro. I just fuck with what he does. Like, he's just a great example of exactly this because, you got 48 minutes in the game. You're playing all 48. It goes into overtime. KD played 53 that game. 53 minutes.
Yeah.
And once again,
he took off. Yeah.
Yeah. And like I said before, you running up and down the court. And not only that, you banging with big bodies. You got Giannis, you know what I mean? Middleton. You're banging with these guys down low. And he Flacco, you feel me? He extra skinny. So it's like that puts a toll on your body, bro. As you say, you throw a football, bro. We went to the beach for my B-Day, bro. And I was throwing the football 2 days. My back area, like my rotator cuff, this whole shit was extra sore for like the next week, bro. So just imagine going up and down, playing at a high level, doing all this shit. It's a lot, bro. So when fans, quote unquote, be talking all that shit, like, oh, like LeBron would have done this, like, it's different, bro. Like, it's way taxing on your body.
Sit back and be like, okay, actually, I'm wrong. Actually, I need to chill because we're not doing that. Like, you see athletes, a lot of football players train in the sand for this reason.
Yeah.
Because while they're playing in the season, it's so easy to get hurt because if your body's not used to that. You have to literally accustom your muscles to being abused.
Yeah. If there's one thing I'll say that came good, quote unquote, out of like the injuries happen, whatever the case is, even though injuries aren't good, but you know what I'm talking about, is that the smaller markets are now getting a spotlight. Because of course the NBA wants they want your LAs in there. You want your Chicago,
all the big
whatever,
names
like
and
the
the
big
Shockers
cities.
and all the big players. Now it's giving the guys that you're like, okay, they were straight, a chance to show that they're nice.
Yeah, on a major level. So now not only are more people going to pay attention to that, now I feel like they see what D-Book is doing. They see what Trey's doing. They see what Giannis is doing, how close they are. So if they don't make it this year, it'll entice other free agents. Like, you know what? maybe I do want to go to Milwaukee. Maybe I
Right.
do want to go to Atlanta. Atlanta's a huge demo growing right now. Maybe I want to go to Dallas, you feel me? To go with Luka and the boys. So I feel like that's the only like quote unquote good part about this whole postseason.
That's
But
true.
hopefully next year it's a lot better. They figure out what's going on with the injuries. But yeah, that I'm gonna close it out by saying, yeah, I hope to see like a Suns Atlanta joint, but I wouldn't mind
matchup.
seeing an LA Milwaukee, man. Who knows? LA got a little bit of momentum right now.
I'm
Like
okay if the
that.
Clippers don't get to the finals. I'm good off that. I'm fine if the
Same.
Suns make it out because I need them to make it out since they knocked us out. But if Milwaukee does make it to the official finals, I'll be back.
That would be hard, bro. They deserve it, man. They've been
They
bumping.
do.
They're really
Giannis
the only
deserves it.
team.
Like,
They're the
and
only
Middleton
team that
does
hasn't been hampered by those fucking injuries. Drew Holiday
Right.
too. That
Honest-
motherfucker.
oh yeah. So fighters, honestly, and Atlanta too, though. Like Atlanta's done a lot in a quick amount of time. So
Listen, we're having great finals games, Western and Eastern Conference, regardless. You feel me? I see all of them going at least 6-7. So what else could you ask for?
Too. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Well, you can't ask for nothing else. It's good content.
Can't ask for
good
nothing
game.
else.
close games because those are the best games. I hate it. Honestly, I don't really care for a sweep because it's
Hell
not. There's
no.
no fun in
Boring.
a sweep. The only time fun in a sweep is if you're betting on it.
Or if you got the broom, they say, yeah, get out of here. But all right, y'all already know episode 147 coming to a close. We're gonna holla at y'all, man. Back next week. Hopefully, whoever you know what I mean, got your money on, wins so
Sure.
you can win some bread. You know what I mean? If you don't, it's all right, you'll be all right. So we're gonna
Let us
holla
know
at
your
y'all next
predictions.
week.
Yes, sir.
Facts. Let us know. We're gonna holla at y'all.